We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
I consider the Trump administration a danger to the world, but I regard it as a purely temporary phenomenon that will disappear in 2020.
I have today declared that the coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
Everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that.
Biden's secret emails.
A really fishy story.
For all we know, these emails are made up.
Described by many intelligence experts as having
all the hallmarks of a Russian
disinformation.
Russian disinformation
campaign.
Right, big tech, big Democrat Party, and big media all colluded.
There was Twitter and others engaged in active suppression of information that was relevant to the public. That's a terrible thing that happened. That's like interference.
And people trying to change the rules to this methodology, which, as a matter of logic, is very open to fraud and coercion, is reckless and dangerous. And people are playing with fire.
A lot of states that are dealing with antiquated machines, right, which are vulnerable to being hacked.
Workers were able to easily hack into an electronic voting machine. It was possible to switch votes.
Donald Trump has Louis John called. The question there is that a red mirage or is something different happening here?
Joe Biden had many menu options coming into the night. That list is narrowing, which is why you get into tense times.
Red on the map right now, but we gotta make sure we count the votes here.
It's about who gets to count the vote.
So they did have to press pause overnight. They will be back in a few short hours. Expected.
Basically stopped counting tonight. They're going to start counting again in a few hours. It's already tomorrow morning, right?
The election workers stopped counting those mail-in ballots at 10 o'clock. They will.
It's Allegheny, which is Pittsburgh, but also Beaver, part of our county to county, Butler and Westmoreland. They've all stopped counting for the night.
A water pipe has broken in State Farm Arena. State Farm Arena is where they were counting the absentee ballots of Georgia's most populous county. And now the tabulation has stopped.
Well, if you managed to sleep last night, things changed. You may have gone to bed thinking this election was headed one way, and then you woke up and you saw things were different.
And what that did is it has put Joe Biden into the lead. Joe Biden now leads in Pennsylvania.
I was driving complete ballots from New York to Pennsylvania. I didn't know why, so I decided to speak up. And that's what I'm doing. Thank you.
I know what I saw, and I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Did you?
What I saw was not a secure and transparent election.
What I saw as a forensics expert was an election process that was forensically destructive.
No track, no remedy, no records.
The vote as it presently exists is false.
News now projects that Joe Biden won the
president-elect